Pisces, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for early November 2025. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we can dip our toes into energy and see what's happening for the lovely Pisces collective. I hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guide, spirit team, talk to me. What do you got for us? What do you have for Pisces gang in early November, please? What energies, messages, insights can we take a little peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Pisces gang in early November. What's the vibe? What's the energy for my good friends? There we go. Okay, I'll take it. This energy seems to be in a hurry, or it's an energy that's like, nope, this is where I'm going. This is what I'm doing. It's very insistent. I feel like I saw this for potentially Virgo. One of the earth signs got it too, and it's powerful. It's strong. It reminds me of the Chariot. And there's a lot of really good energies that this can embody. But at the same time, it could be a little aggressive, right? Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the November subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, back into the reading. Let's talk more in depth about this card. So we see that beautiful etheric looking background. We have this strong divine feminine figure. It's like she's wearing armor and she is pointing in a direction. Now for some Pisces, this could just be a future focused mindset where it's like, okay, I'm not thinking about the past. I'm not thinking about right now. What's to come? I'm looking to the future, which I think is a great thing. Maybe for some of you, that's even advice from spirit, saying like, okay, well, maybe look at the next steps. Don't just look at right now or what's already happened. What's to come is the big vibe here. But at the same time, aside from that, this energy is very insistent. Like, do not get in my way. So for some of you, there may be certain things that you're working through or dealing with where it's like, nope, I'm dead set on this. This is what I want. This is what I'm doing. The energy just feels like its mind is set on something, which is not usually Piscean energy, right? Normally, people with Pisces placements like us, we're a little more go with the flow, willing to shift and change when necessary. This one, not so much. So hopefully, you're not dealing with somebody that's a little too stubborn. Aggressive as well. So for some of you, there might be a little extra fire running through your system. It's very spicy. So we're just going to let her chill right there. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for Pisces. What do we got in early November? While we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. It was nice. The reading was titled The Surprising Victory. And for those of you that watched it, you remember I was dressed up as Bob Ross, I had my paintbrush, telling you and showing you what was happening, the happy little trees. But yeah, the energy felt great to me, like something that could potentially go way better than expected or way better than you thought. So hopefully that comes in. I always say that wins and victories come in all different shapes and sizes. So whether it's creative, whether it's business, whether it's interpersonal relationships, there was something coming in that felt really nice. But we're going to see what shows up this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else, right? Let's get it going. 3 cards for Pisces, gang. What do we got? What do we got this week? Thank you. Cool. All right, we're starting with the Knight of Cups. That's a Pisces power card. That's always a pretty good place to start, in my opinion, especially the speed at which it moves. It's not as insistent as that first card. But let's not get too carried away, right? It's only the start. Let's see. And there's that fire I was speaking about with the Ace of Wands, that little spiciness. What's got you so spicy there, Pisces? What's happening? What's got you being a feisty Pisces? Let's get one more. Thank you. Emperor. Yeah, there's a lot of fire energy. Okay. I mean, I feel like you could work with this. This is okay. So yeah, there's a lot of intensity, and that doesn't surprise me because there's been a lot of intensity throughout the whole zodiac this week, and it seems like you might not be an exception to that. There's a lot of communication showing up here as well. But let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get into that juicy intuitive stuff. But at first glance, you know, I always like to take a little look at the elements. I feel like it's very important to show us the areas of life or how the energy might be flowing. I like it. I mean, but I'm a little biased, right? I got water and fire placement. So when I see this energy, I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm right at home. But yeah, we start here with water. That's the Pisces power element and one of your power cards. And that's the realm of feelings, emotions, creativity. It's the rich inner world that a lot of Pisceans have and lean into. So I like that we start off with water. It's really good. It could also represent love, emotions like that. Uh, Relationships, that could be a big thing with the water element, and it doesn't just have to be, romantic. It could be any interpersonal relationship. The only downside with a lot of water is that those waters can get deep real quick, right? They can go from shallow to deep. They could move around, so it's not always set in one place. But then there's a lot of fire, and I've been saying it since that first oracle card came out. We got the Ace of Wands and the Emperor, both powerful fiery types of energies. So what do I think of with fire? That's the action element to me. That's the actions that you take. That's the actions that I take. That's the actions that they take. It's the internal combustion engine as well. So think of like energy levels. Think of determination, passion, drive, desire. These are all things encapsulated within the fire element. So again, there could be a little bit extra in your week this week. Nothing wrong with that. But the downside to fire energy, it could be unpredictable. It could be a little explosive. Sometimes it could be a little too aggressive. So it's like we go from this perfect energy into some sort of aggression. So we're going to have to see how it plays. Let's go through and start building this out piece by piece. Position number one, we start with the Knight of Cups. Now, I already mentioned this is your power element, one of your power cards. So, in my simplistic style of reading, the clarifier might just tell us something that's coming towards you or a way you might be feeling. Now, all knights, similar to the action element, are action cards. So, it's actions, it's what I'm doing, it's how I'm moving. And I like the Knight of Cups because out of all the knights, it moves at the perfect space or at the perfect pace. Whereas, like the Knight of Wands and Knight of Swords, boom, boom, they're too quick. The Knight of Pentacles, maybe a little too slow. The Knight of Cups, just right. So it's like I'm doing something right. I'm moving at the right pace. That's the one thing I like. This is also Prince Charming, lover boy, lover girl type of energy where someone's a super smooth talking individual. If we're not talking about another water sign as well, the Knight of Cups is all about emotional expressions or speaking, talking, getting feelings out. Now, what might be the downside to such a lovely card? Because all cards do have a downside. Sometimes this could represent, in its reverse form, somebody that's closing off, somebody that shuts down all those good things, where it's like, hey, you had all this good energy, now you don't. It's an energy that can really close off really quick. And it could be someone that's going through some really difficult emotions as well. I don't want to say this is emotional manipulation, but watch out for anybody that might try to make you feel bad for them when this Knight of Cups is here. So we'll explore that. Again, I'm not going to turn a positive into a challenge because I'm feeling okay about it. Now, moving to the middle, we hit our first little bump of fire with the Ace of Wands. Now, I love all aces. They all represent offers, they all represent opportunities. It's a brand new beginning or brand new, fresh type of energy. All aces are great for that. So it's like we're starting off on the right foot, especially with the Ace of Wands. This is like a fire stick, right? Kaboom. This energy is a spark plug. So we go from this Knight of Cups, which is pacing itself, and then boom, the Ace of Wands comes in. It's like, whoa, what's this shift? What's this change of energy? Hopefully, it's a good one. Um, Aces, aside from offers and opportunities, are communication. So again, we got the Knight of Cups, communicator. Ace of Wands, communicator. How people get their point across, super important in this time. So we'll look at it. Now, as with all fire, what can be the challenge with this? Too aggressive. It can represent anger and conflict sometimes, and the unpredictable nature, the explosive nature. So we will look at it. Now, moving to the back end, we do have a unique entry into the energetic palette that we're looking at here. We got the Emperor. Now, this connects to the zodiacal sign of Aries. So I know a lot of Pisces have Aries placements and vice versa. I know I do. I have Pisces and Aries. But this card, if it's not an Aries, it gets a bad reputation sometimes. People see the Emperor and they're like, oh, yeah, no, it's too overbearing. To me, it's the divine masculine counterpart to the Empress. Like, it's good. There's a time and a place for this energy. This is another action card. This is the King of Kings. This is big boss energy. And so it could represent people in positions of authority or, even paternal figures when we see this Emperor. I usually like it because it's a shot caller where it's like similar to this first card we saw in the beginning. This is what I'm doing. This is what's happening, and that is it. So, like, there's an energy of deciding happening here as well. Now, the downside to the Emperor is yes, it's a card that can represent control. So, whether there's situations that are out of your hands, whether you're dealing with somebody that's too controlling or someone that doesn't have self control, like all those can be a thing. But I want to dive deeper on all of it, Pisces. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here for Pisces, gang. What do we got this week? What is all this spiciness that we're feeling? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on the Knight of Cups, see what he has. And yeah, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Pisces, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, why is the Knight of Cups here, please? What is going on? Thank you. It either looks perfect or it was perfect. There's just something here that, all right, yeah, no, it's doing the right thing. It's moving at the right pace, not too fast, not too slow. I like this. It feels very comfortable as well. So again, whether this is like you being in your comfort zone with something, there's just something about it where it's like, yeah, no, I could let this ride for a while. I could get to like this. I can enjoy this. But the only thing that I'm a little cautious about is because now I'm starting to feel like this is our starting point. Remember, we got a lot of fire coming up. Now, the Knight of Pentacles, we already talked about him earlier in the reading, Earth sign energy. So Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Usually it's very slow, very meticulous, very detail oriented. So when I see him in reverse under a power card, it's like, no, not too slow, not too fast. Like maybe it could be a little bit faster, but I'll take it. Like it's something that either could be improving better or it's just something you're comfortable with or comfortable in. There's just something about it where I feel comfy. That's the best way to put it. But I'm a little, because all this fire coming up, is it going to knock us out of our comfort zone? So again, nothing wrong with being comfortable and content. Nothing wrong at all. But we just have to see what's happening. Um, there's something here with communication too. I'm already feeling it, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna hold my tongue until we get to this Ace of Wands. So at least it looks great in the beginning. That's how I see it now. Let's keep moving because I feel like there's more to the story. So let's go in on the Ace of Wands. Let's go in on that Ace of Wands, please. What do we got for Pisces, gang? Thank you. Whoa, okay. So total switch up. Total switch up. Now, for some of you, that's great. For some of you, not so much. And I've been getting a lot of really good energy for Pisces lately. But Judgment in reverse is an energy where it's like this is all very comfortable, very controlled up here in the front. And then boom, it's like floodgates open. Floodgates open. I don't want to say the mask comes off, but to me, it's just like everything just starts flowing. Now, for some of you, again, that could be great. That could really be great if you've been feeling stuck in particular. But for those of you that are in a comfort zone, this is like either explosive change of some kind, where it's like, oh, well, you might be comfortable. Get ready to get outside of that comfort zone. The energy is just too powerful. The universe, and you might be feeling this in your intuition, the universe could be pushing you somewhere and you don't know where it's like, okay, I feel something building up, but why, but where, but when, but how? So watch your intuition in this time. Another thing, Judgment in reverse underneath Ace of Wands, this could represent returning or revisiting something. So for another small portion of you, Spirit might be like, hey, Pisces, either something's coming back around or you might need to put a fresh set of eyes on something from the past. So we have some very particular messages. I feel like I'm doing a personal reading here. Only take what's yours. But this to me feels more of like a powerful or an explosive change coming in, possible return of something, or like putting fresh eyes on something from the past. We got energy coming out of the comfort zone. Either that or this is just the floodgates opening. So watch out for anything that seems like, all right, it's cool, it's routine, got this under control. Boom, then this energy comes in. Let's go in on the Emperor. Let's go in on the Emperor and see what he has. Then we'll do a recap before we get into the shadow. So why is the Emperor here for Pisces? Thank you. Okay. So something doesn't need to be all or nothing, and it doesn't need to be so extreme. Okay. And maybe this is something you advise somebody else about. But when I see the Emperor with the Seven of Pentacles, it's like, okay, well, listen, it doesn't need to be worst case scenario, best case scenario. There's something here about finding the gray area with something. There's a lot of karmic cards here as well. So the fact that I was seeing explosive change or powerful change, that makes sense with what we're seeing. But the way the energy flows is like an anomaly to me, because it's like perfect here, perfect, comfortable, love it, out of hand, or just like really intense right here in the center. But then back to crickets, back to like really, really quiet, like getting something under control. So I will say this: if you're going through some things and you're in this area right now, everything will be okay. I can tell you that. Like the energy does tone back down in a very big way. But my big thing here is the extremes of it, right? Like it could go back to here. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. It doesn't have to be full go or full stop. There's something that spirit might want you to find the middle ground with, or the gray area. Again, that could be a lot of things, right? That could be work. That could be relationships. There's something here where it's like, find the middle ground, Pisces. And I think you can. I think you can. Now, the Seven of Pentacles, you see him, he's sitting, he's waiting, right? Especially underneath this Emperor. It's a restrained energy, and I've been seeing that in a few other signs this week as well. So for some Pisces, now might be a great time to curb habits, curb certain behaviors. There's an energy here of restraint, which I do like, but does it come in too little too late is the question. So we're just going to have to really keep an eye as we move forward. And there's just something here about finding the gray area. I don't know why that's there, but let's go through and do a quick recap. Then we'll get into the shadow. Intriguing mixture, but if you kindly look in the box, position number one, felt very comfortable, right? We have the Knight of Cups, Knight of Pentacles in reverse, not too slow, not too fast, just right, just perfect. For some of you, maybe you're staying in your comfort zone. Maybe there's something or someone that just makes you feel cool, like, you know, I'm here, I'm in my happy little bubble place. That's how this energy feels. Like everything seems perfect. But then it shifts, right? Because we have the Ace of Wands and Judgment in reverse, where the universe takes us out of our comfort zone. Now, for some of you, this might manifest as like an inner feeling where it's like, oh, I feel something coming, but I don't know what. I feel the universe pushing me to do something, but I can't tell what just yet. That might be mysterious for a reason, but to me, this felt like an explosive change in the energy or a switch up. So whether that's in a person or a situation in general, it's like, oh, no, it's not going to stay like this forever. Such is life, though. Watch out for things returning as well. And Spirit also might want you to reanalyze a situation from the past. Moving to the back end, it slows back down. We have the Emperor with the Seven of Pentacles. So I did say there's something here about finding the gray area, finding the middle ground. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. But there is this energy where it just slows down, where it's just too extreme for me. It's way too extreme for me. So please take a screenshot if you want to look into it further. Let's see what's in the shadows. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here. And yeah, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They can be a good thing too. So let's get you one. What do we got in the shadows for Pisces? And yeah, if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get it going here. What do we got for Pisces, gang? Okay, cool. Three of Pentacles, yeah, this is work, career, energy normally. It doesn't always have to be, but the Three of Pentacles is a group effort as well. So again, if you're not dealing with any work or business things, watch out for any group dynamics with the Three of Pentacles. This is a card of assistance and help. So in a good sense, this could be Spirit saying like, hey, Pisces, you might have more assistance or help available to you than you think you do. But the challenge with this is too many people trying to call the shots, too many emperors in the kitchen, so to speak. So watch out for like weird power struggles with people or anyone trying to, I don't know, it's just odd where there's too many people trying to control how something goes. Try not to get pulled into any group things with the Three of Pentacles. But again, if you're going through a tough time and you need assistance, don't be afraid to ask for it. There's got to be something out there. But yeah, Pisces, that's what I have for you this week, my beautiful friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details. The November subscriber surprise. If you would like further insight on your situation and you'd like to have a little chat with me, you can book a personal reading with me on my website, mastermetaphysics.com. You'll see my digital calendar is open for the month of November. They're filling up pretty quick, so if you'd like to have a chat, come over and see me. But for the November subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 3 copies of a lovely deck. It's fairly new. It's called Tarot of the Woodland Wardens. It has a whole bunch of fluffy critters. It's really adorable. I think everyone would like it. So if you like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, since it is November, what are you most grateful for right now? You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.